Hello and welcome to Sunday Anime Chat. I am your host, Pop Culture Mechanic, and we shall be going over the final series in the Iczer saga. But before that, we'll do what we always do and look at the weekly anime news, courtesy of the Anime News Network. So let me just hit this one. And let us begin. Here we go. Yuki Yuna is a hero. Smartphone browser RPG gets console port. Okay. Oh, and a good morning to you, Sadaker, or whatever it may be in your time zone. Good to see you again. Love Live Superstar TV anime gets third season. Oh no, Saze-san voice actor Shinisuke Chikashi passes away. Well, that's not, that's sad news. Saze-san voice actor Shinichiro Chikashi passes away. The original voice of Saze-san's Masuo Furuta was 91. Whew. Talent agency Movement announced on Sunday that voice actor Shinsuke Chikashi passed away from senility at his home in Tokyo on Wednesday. He was 91. It's about 4 p.m. there. Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's a beautiful sunny morning here in Canada, and it's 9 a.m. and and traction on my short. Hey, I'm quite happy with that. If I'm able to put out a little short of showing some of the stuff that I've done in my mechanicking job, then that makes me really happy. Yeah, a little sip of the tea there. Chikashi was perhaps best known as the original voice for the Saze-san character Masuo Furuta. He's voiced the role from 1969 to 1978. His other major roles include Puko in Wonder 3, Tetsuko Sugimoto in Atsu to Lullaby, Siobi no Cinderella, 005 Amon in Kaminari Boy Pikaribi, Tom in King Kong, Tom Thumb, and Yoshihiko Hasegawa in Rojin Z. He also narrated such works as Goku no Daibokun and Memory. He voiced smaller roles in such works as Monster and The Boy and the Beast. He additionally voiced Inspector Zenigata in one of the pilot films included with the Lupin III Secret Files OVA. Jackie received a Merit Award in the 7th Annual Seiyu Awards in 2013. The Merit Award is awarded for voice actors who have contributed to many genres, especially foreign works, over the years. Chikashi performed Japanese dubs for actors Jackie Cooper, Jerry Lewis, James Cagney, and they spelled Cagney wrong, and Roddy McDowell. He also was the dub voice actor for Cornelius in the Planet of the Apes films. Chikashi was also active in radio and narrated television programs. Okay. Am I a welder? No. I know how to, but my best description, I guess depending on what part of the world you're in, you can refer to me as a industrial mechanic or a millwright, or I think in like Europe I'd be known as like a fitter or a senior technician. I'm not sure. Some of the places referred to. In Canada, they call us millwrights. Yes, some big names and accolades for that fella. Well, he'd been a voice actor for many years. Card Fight Vanguard Turnabout manga ends in next chapter. Toho Animation releases Spy Family Anime's Anya music video. Well, that looks fun. I recently finished up the first season of Spy Family and quite enjoyed it. Pipefitter? Pipefitter's different for us. It's a separate trade. Mechy fitter? Sure. Mechanical fitter, I guess. Like I say, in different parts of the world, they got different names for it. Just anybody asks me what I do for a living, I tell them I install and repair industrial equipment. That's all there is to it. Pumps, compressors, gearboxes, stuff like that. Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden games released for modern consoles and PC on January. Oh, there you go. People who are liking their Persona will get to play it on the PC and consoles. Games released for PS4, Switch, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PC. Nice. Oh, here we go. Let's check out the Japan's video game rankings. This is always neat to see. Splatoon 3 is number 1. Eiyu Densetsu Kuro no Kiseki 2 Crimson Sin is for the PS4 is 2. Valkyrie Elysium is 3. FIFA 23 is 4. Valkyrie Elysium for the PS5 is number 5. Give you a good starting anime. You tried watching Attack on Titan. The screaming actors annoyed me. Tried Prison something, but was a but blast. So give me a recommendation and I'll watch it. Oh, I can recommend you stuff, but if I have to know like what kind of genres you like. So, and starting with Attack on Titan, to me, I don't know why it went so mainstream. It's really weird. There's an awful lot of people eating going on in that one. And, it's very dark and dystopian. So if you want something a little happier, something a little more upbeat, do you like mecha? Do you like sci-fi? Do you like rom-com? Do I have a PS4? Yes, I have a PS4 Pro, but I don't play it a lot. I play my Switch a lot more than I do my PS4 Pro. The only reason I got it was because it was a smoking deal. One of the guys where I work was selling his, and because he wanted to get the PS5, and I said, "Yeah, I'll buy that off you." So, $300. That's with 2 controllers and a charging station. I just couldn't pass it up. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll buy that in a heartbeat." But yes, if you let me know, dust it off, join you in a game, can actually chat. I guess depending on the game, I don't have a lot of games for it. What did I get? Call of Duty World War II and Kingdom Hearts 3. What else did I get? Like I say, I haven't picked it up in a while, but I only think I only have like 3 games for it. But yes, your tag is of course it is. Satiker 7th Legion. I'll look for it. I'll just grab my pen here and make a note of that. Satiker 7th Legion. Okay. There we go. But yes, so you want an anime, if you're into like mecha, like people piloting giant robots, I would highly recommend, and I have recommended this to Blaine from Blaine's Escape Corner, is to watch Macross Frontier. It's got a love triangle. It has idol singers. So there's going to be a lot of music if you enjoy music. And there's mech battles, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, if I could find a game to play. Yeah. Yeah, that would be all right. Yeah, so actually what I can do here is I'll just close this for a second. And I will have a look here. I've watched quite a lot of anime, so it's sometimes hard for me to keep up on what I have watched. So let's look right here. Did I listen to Dimsy channel? He has some good stuff there. It would be good for him and you to use it for stuff. Oh, no, I haven't. Dempsey? So he's on, obviously on YouTube as well. Dempsey. I will have a look. Oh, he follows me. I thought that name sounded familiar. Okay, so here's a list of some of the. Let's see if I can zoom in here. You can have a look. Does it get big enough? Is that big enough? That's big enough. So if you want to watch like if you want to watch an anime with hot women and jets, I'd recommend 801 TTS Airbats. Akira is one everyone raves about because it was like it's what popularized anime in the West when it was released in the theaters. If you want to watch a cute android cat girl, it's a silly one, but it's pretty fun. You watch All-Purpose Cultural Cat Girl Nuku Nuku. Cyberpunk, sort of like Appleseed, Ex Machina, and Armitage III, Polymatrix. That's more of a cyberpunky type deal. Oh, give you an anime I love. Okay, you know what? There is a lot of them, but I can give you the ones that I give like a high score to. Would be Macross Frontier. Just go for it. It's only 25 episodes. Or 25 or 26. And yeah, that is, to me, that is one that is excellent. I pronounce Machina, probably. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, I thought. Appleseed Ex Machina. It's not Machina. All right. Well, excellent. That's great, Sadaker. I'm glad I could recommend you something. I really hope you enjoy it. Like I say, it's one of my favorites of all time. When you're done that, come back to me, and I'll give you another one. Your homework: watch this anime. But yes. Meanwhile, back at the video game rankings, Dragon Quest X for the Switch. Again, Eiyu Densetsu Kuro no Kiseki 2, Crimson Sin for the PS5. FIFA 23 for the Switch. Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival. Hey, that's a fun game. I like playing some Taiko no Tatsujin. That's that bongo or drumming game. Mario Kart 8, number 10, Dragon Quest X Offline, for the PS4, FIFA 23, Little Witch no Beta for the Switch, Minecraft for the Switch, Shin Tennis no Oji-sama, Let's Go, Daily Life for the Switch, Sword Art Online for the Switch, PS4, Little Witch no Beta. Oh, Bayonetta. How can did it get released already? Or no, that's the original. Okay, the original Bayonetta is on the list at 18. That is surprising. But they are releasing the third one on the 31st. So yes, getting prepared for that one. Horizon Forbidden West, and the last one to round it out, Nintendo Switch Sports. So a little bit of more sharing of this list that I've seen in recent times with the Switch and the PlayStation. Xbox, nowhere in sight. Do I watch current TV stuff? What was the name of that? I got it. Oh, yes. Macross Frontier. And I do watch current stuff. I know I always seem to be reviewing stuff from the 80s and 90s because I don't want people to forget about those because that's the roots of where things have come from. But you were told to watch Edgerunners. Have you yet? No, I have not watched. Then again, I didn't play the game, Cyberpunk 2077. But Edgerunners, I could, I suppose. As far as the modern stuff, I did watch, or am watching, Akiba Maid War, Genkatsu, The Count of Monte Cristo. It's not modern, it's a little bit older, but my wife and I decided to watch that one. One Piece, Reincarnated as a Sword, and Vermeil and Gold. That was a last season one, but I want to watch that one too because I heard it was good. Speaking of which, let's have a look at the... Oops, not that one. Let's have a look at the Japanese animation TV ranking. My Academia, Spy Family, Gundam Witch from Mercury premiere in top 10. Ooh, here we go. The live-action film of Mineo Maya's Tondo Saitama, Fly Me to Saitama manga, aired on Fuji TV on Saturday, October 1st at 9 p.m. and earned a 6.2% rating. Alright, so, number 1, Saze-san with 8.1, Detective Conan with 6.4, Chibi Maruko-chan with 5.2, My Hero Academia Season 6, 3.9, One Piece 3.8, Spy Family second half premiere 3.6, Doraemon 3.3, Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury premiere was a 3, Delicious Party Pricker was 2.7, and Crayon Shin-chan 2.6. Huh. Okay. Oh, I have a good voice for Tube. A lot of Canadians do. Canadian animations and TV. Corner Gas. Oh, yes. Yeah. I did watch a little bit of that. Corner Gas. Pretty funny. Takes place in that little small town. And I'm pleased that you think I have a good voice. It's really something that you need to draw people in. Something they can listen to and be like, hey, this doesn't sound like nails on a chalkboard. I think I'm going to listen some more. What do we got next here? English dub of My Hero Academia Season 6 anime premieres on Crunchyroll on October the 15th. Okay, so that's, on Saturday. That's coming up. Brett was brilliant. Yeah, Brett Butt. Yeah. And Kilkenny. I've seen some little clips of that, and yeah, it's pretty funny. Toei Animation, South Korea CJ and E&M reveal animated series Crystal. Oh, companies also announced live-action animation series Myth Chasers. The Idolmaster Million Live TV anime teaser unveils fall 2023 premiere. Do I watch anime dubbed or subbed? Because I grew up with dubs that were not as good as they could have been, I prefer subtitled. However, there are certain ones that in the modern era that have done much better hiring excellent voice actors. And I think one of those ones that I watched in dubbed was Black Butler. That was quite quite a enjoyable anime to watch. It takes place during the Victorian era, and it's about a butler who is actually a demon. But whatever you tell him to do, if you're his, if he's your familiar, you can say to him, "I want you to put on the perfect dinner party," and he does. He puts it on, a perfect dinner party. Yeah, early dub was, yeah. I mean, it's like they didn't take it quite seriously, or they didn't try to match up the lip flaps. So you'd have lots of pauses or extra words thrown in, or like just stuff like that. And it's just like, oh, you know. So I do remember those days of the cringe dubs. Tatsuki Fujimoto's Chainsaw Man manga wins Harvey Award for Best Manga for second straight year. Really? I am very surprised. It was almost like a porno dub. Oh, man. That is pretty good. All right. So let's look at this, because I am hearing a lot of hype. Not that you would know. Never. Manga competed against Spy Family, Blue Lock, Blood on the Tracks, more. The Harvey Awards, which honors outstanding work in comics and sequential art, awarded Tatsuki Fujimoto's Chainsaw Man, translated by Amanda Haley, with the Best Manga Award on Friday. This is the second straight year that Chainsaw Man has won manga award, or has won this award. This year, the manga competed against Shujo Oshimi's Blood on the Tracks, Muneyuki Kanashiro's Blue Lock, Wataru Naratani's Cat plus Gamer, Yoshiharu Sujei's Red Flowers, and Tetsuya Endo's Spy Family. This is the second year in a row that Harvey Awards has nominated Spy Family in this category. The Harvey Awards added the Best Manga category in 2018. Kabiya Nagari's My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness manga won the first award in this category. Kohei Horikoshi's My Hero Academia won this award in 2019, and Kamome Shirahama's Witch Hat Atelier won the award in 2020. In previous years, manga were nominated alongside other comics in the Best American Edition of Foreign Material category. The last manga to win the category was Hajime Isayama's Attack on Titan in 2014. One Punch Man and Showa, A History of Japan, were nominated in 2016 but did not win. Best American Edition of Foreign Material is no longer a category. You're going to show your ignorance for you? What's the difference between manga, anime, or hentai? Manga just means comics. So anything that's in a non-moving picture type medium. It's drawn on a page or drawn on a computer screen, but it does not move. It is strictly drawings. Anime, short for animation, anything that moves. And hentai is basically adult content. You know, as stuff you'd see that's X-rated. So yes, a little bit of a lesson there. Unlike the Eisner Awards and other awards in the North American comic book industry, the Harvey Awards are nominated and selected by the comic book professionals themselves. Well, there you go. I don't know why I've heard a lot of hype about Chainsaw Man, but as far as what I've been watching for reviews, especially from Blaine's Escape Corner, he's not impressed with the drawing. So take it for what you will. Me, I'm inclined not to believe the hype. It hasn't even come out yet in the anime form. There you go. I am a bit of a teacher then. You're not ignorant anymore, and that's excellent. We clear up the ignorance around here. Okay. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean Anime 3rd. Final part launches on Netflix. Never really got into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Viz publishes Chainsaw Man, Buddy Stories, Heart Gear, Dark Gathering, Wolf Girl, and Black Prince. Yeah, Viz is still pumping out the manga. That's good. Crunchyroll reveals Chainsaw Man anime's streaming premiere time. Detective Conan TV anime's Police Academy spinoff returns with Hiromitsu Motofushi arc. You find it amazing the difference between anime and Western cartoons? Anime is more of an art. Yes, well, I believe that is what made me personally look into it more, because having watched those early shows, the early Western shows, like you had Looney Tunes, and you had like Hanna-Barbera, and you had like Filmation. So, I mean, Looney Tunes started out in the 1930s. That animation it's top notch. And I believe, and then there's Disney too, Disney animation, also from the 1923, I think, is when he put out his first Mickey. Anyways, that the style was an inspiration to some of the Japanese artists. Disney was, and just all of a sudden, when it got to the 1950s and 60s, the animation for Western got a little more lazy, a little less. They didn't put as much effort into it. It looked like it was like done on the cheap, and they wanted to get it out as fast as they could. And so, I looked into, and then you watch it when you're young and you're like, oh, okay, well, it's not that great. Then you watch like something from Japan and you're just like, wow, the fluid movements, the drawings of how the mech and the women and everything like that. And it's like, you know what? Their idea is this isn't just for kids. Whereas the Western idea was, oh, it's cartoons, got to be for kids. And that's the whole thing right there. Cartoons are not just for kids, right? It's just another medium for telling a story. It just so happens it's animated. That's all it is. And as we go along further and further and further, hopefully they make that evolution that the animation is just a medium. It's not, cartoons doesn't equal kids. So that's why I got into the anime, because it's like, this is excellent storytelling. So about that wrench would only be superficial. Wrench? What wrench? Disney was astounding. Yeah, I agree. Old Disney was astounding. The work that they put into it. He wanted to get top-notch artists. I've actually read a book about early Disney work that he was doing, and yeah, they finalized what Mickey looks like, and he learned a lot after Universal stole his Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. So he put that out there, but he didn't copyright it, and Universal stole his creation, and so that's why he had to develop. That's why he had to develop that. That Mickey Mouse was his creation due to that being stolen. So we can sort of thank Universal and sort of condemn them because they did that to him. So he learned his lesson the hard way. To tell the difference a mile away if something's hand-drawn or computer-generated? Yes. I mean, it's got a strange look to it. And if I watched the recent Dragon Ball superhero in the theaters, and right away it was like, this isn't hand drawn. This is CGI. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's something that's really really noticeable, like you say. Make you a mod. Yeah. Okay, done. Sadakur, you are my first mod. There you go. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm counting on you. Hello, Alex. Good to see you. Walt would be. Do I believe Walt would be happy with the direction of Disney now? No. I've put out an idea there on some of the other chats that, excuse me, that they should actually change the name of the company from Disney to anything else, because I don't think it's following in his vision anymore. So Disney should change its name. Hashtag Disney change your name. Change it to something else, because I don't think it's what they would have, what Walt would have wanted. Now you'll prove that was a good move. Just wait. So yes, this is just my crazy idea that Disney should change their name, but I wonder if anyone else out there thinks would be a good idea. Continuing on with what's the news of the week. Anything catching my eye here? My subs will go up soon? Well, that's nice. I don't mind that. I always like it when I get lots of people in the chat and we get to just shoot the breeze. To Your Eternity Anime Series 2 video features Hikaru Utada's theme song. Didn't Hikaru Utada do the music for Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, don't worry about the sidetrack. That's what it's all about, though. I need to know what you guys are thinking about. You know, you can come and listen to me, but I've got to listen to you as well. That's how conversations work. You're going to be like, oh, what about this? And I'm going to tell you what I think. And then you're going to tell me what you think. And there you go. That's how it goes. I did play Kingdom Hearts. I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and a bit of 3. So I have played them. But I was just wondering if that was the well, the only way to find out is to read this thing. The official website for the television anime of Yoshitoki Oima's To Your Eternity, Fumetsu no Anata e manga, began streaming a new promotional video for the anime's second series on Friday. The video highlights the new characters and also reveals that Hikaru Utada's Pink Blood theme song from the first series will once again be the theme song for the second series. Okay, and I take it these are some of the characters. The anime will premiere on NHK Educational on October 23rd. Crunchyroll will stream the second series worldwide except in Asia. Kyoko Sayama is the new director for the anime, replacing Masahiko Murata. Drive is the new animation studio, replacing Brains Base. The rest of the main staff members returning, including Shinzo Fujita as the series script supervisor, Koji Yabuno as character designer, Ryo Kawasaki as music composer, and Takashi Takadera as sound director. The anime's first series premiered on NHK Educational in April 2021. The anime was originally slated to premiere in October 2020, but it was delayed due to April 21 due to the anime's production schedule being heavily affected by the coup. Kodansha USA Publishing is publishing the manga in English, and it describes the story. A new manga from the creator of the acclaimed A Silent Voice, featuring intimate emotional drama and an epic story spanning time and space. A lonely boy wandering the Arctic regions of North America meets a wolf, and the two become fast friends, depending on each other to survive the harsh environment. But the boy has a history, and the wolf is more than meets the eye as well. To Your Eternity is a totally unique and moving manga about death, life, reincarnation, and the nature of love. Crunchyroll is releasing the manga in English digitally, simultaneously with its Japanese release. Oima launched the manga in November 2016 in Weekly Shonen Magazine. The manga's first arc ended in December 2019, and second arc launched in January 2020. The manga won the Best Shonen Manga Award at the 43rd Annual Kodansha Manga Awards in May 2019. The manga also ranked on the American Library Association's Young Adult Library Services Association YALSA 2019 list of great graphic novels for teens. Okay. Please thumbs up. All is very appreciated. Give me 2 seconds going to boost. Okay. All right. A new like and user just noticed too. Pacific is streaming now too. Yeah. Yeah. Pacific 414. I like his content. He does pretty good. Valve reverses cancellation of Chaos Head Noah Games Steam release. Oh, was there some backlash, Valve? Huh. Hiroshi Noda Takahiro Wakamatsu's Life After World Domination manga ends. Okay. Another great stream. Well, hello, Highlander. Welcome to the stream. Domestic Girlfriends Kei Sasuga launches new manga on October 19th. Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime anime film reveals bonus manga prologue guest cast. Live action Whisper of the Heart sequel films clips recreate scenes from Ghibli anime. Okay. Aniplex of America to release Demon Slayer Entertainment District Arc anime on Blu-ray disc. Okay, that's good. Oh, here's another one. Nintendo unveils the Super Mario Bros. Movie animated films trailer. I saw this trailer. I thought it was alright. Then again, there isn't a lot of Mario movies out there. They got the one from 1993, which was not the best in my opinion. It had Bob Hoskins in it and John Leguizamo. It was, could have been done better. But hopefully this works out okay, as long as people leave Chris Pratt alone. Just because they're like, oh, I don't like his as voicing Mario. I mean, it was their choice. They could have went with Charles Martinet, but they decided to go with Chris Pratt. One Piece Film Red Anime's English dub premieres at LA's Animation is Film Fest on October 22nd. And that is, that's Saturday. Okay. I am going to soon get my tickets for the One Piece Film Red. And I think it's going to be shown in IMAX with, in Japanese with English subtitles. So, boom. Gonna get my tickets for that. Me and the little woman, we're gonna go see it. You kind of like Mario Brothers' first film, The Wasted Yeah, it's you have to watch it at least once to appreciate this new film, I think. Pokemon Scarlet Violet Games trailer reveals Farigiraf TM Machine Picnics. The Great Cleric manga novel gets TV anime. One Piece Odyssey Games trailer previews Alabasta. Okay, I can't wait for this game to come out. It launches on the PS5, PS4, Xbox, Series X and S on January. Oh, I gotta wait till January? Yeah, tons of mushrooms in it, yeah, which were needed to watch. Yeah, I hope you brought yours. Wonder if they're gonna have like a special meal at the cinema. You know, instead of popcorn, they give you a bag of mushrooms. Here you go. Ultraman 3D CG anime's final season debuts in spring 2023. And a good morning to Punkwaddle. How you doing, buddy? Black Clover anime film unveils title, trailer, cast March 31st, world premiere. Guardy Girls anime film announced for October. On Wednesday, what do we got here? North American anime manga releases. Seven Seas licenses the Dragon King's Imperial Wrath. My Stepmother and Stepscissors Aren't Wicked manga. I love some of these titles they come up with. It's great. Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 game's PC version launches on October the 13th. 13th. That's Thursday. Thursday coming up. You had to beg. Hardly, Sadaker. Hardly. Dragon Ball Z. Kakarot Games, PS5, Xbox Series X and S versions launch on January 13th. Showtime. 2 anime's teaser video reveals January 2023 premiere. Oh, new Yorosei Yatsura anime reveals cast from Ataru Lum's parents. I believe I saw this. For those of you that haven't seen, Ataru is the main character of Yorosei Yatsura. And that's his dad. It's his mom. Lum's dad. And Lum's mom. And the anime will premiere in the Noitamina programming block on Fuji TV on October 13th at 1:45 a.m. And other channels to mark the 100th anniversary of the manga's publisher, Shogakukan. HIDIVE will stream the anime. Well, that's good news. The anime will run for half a year, or 2 cours. They refer to those as quarters of a year. Without breaks, the entire run of the anime will adapt selected stories from the manga and last 4 cours, or a full year, although not consecutively. Another busy week of episode 1s. Yeah, it's just starting, so there is a lot out there. It is like, I would say this is like the golden era of being able to watch some anime. There is so much to choose from. You have HIDIVE through Prime. I'm not sure how to watch the new shows. Yeah, I mean, genre and such, just pick how you just give it a try. Usually you can tell by the first episode if you should stick with something, or if you're like, this isn't for me. Okay, that was Wednesday's news. My unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. Anime unveils staff. That sounds hilarious. How are your ponderances? Yes. You've given up on rings and dragons? Yeah, I've never even started Rings of Power or House of the Dragon. First of all, I'm not really a Game of Thrones fan, and Rings of Power it's not something I would probably enjoy. I'd be too critical of it. So instead of getting worked up about that stuff, I'm just gonna watch things that I enjoy instead of, I'm only on this world for a limited amount of time, so I want to make the most of it. They are both poor. Dragons is just a little less poor, in your opinion. Yeah, fair enough. Since we're working on other skits more often, I may not get a ponderance out every week. Getting good stuff out there. Yeah. I lurk a little bit on Floral from Under a Rock, and yeah, I enjoy you guys' skits that you do. You watched the first 4 episodes of Rings of Power and lost interest. I mean, there you go. I mean, you did 4 episodes and you lost interest. I mean, kudos to you for sticking it out for 4 episodes. Rick and Morty is much better for a fraction of the price. I never got into Rick and Morty, though, so I'll take your word for it. What do we got here for Tuesday? What do we got here? Final Evangelion Films Blu-ray disc DVD tease new prologue to previous film. They're still going into Evangelion, eh? You're a watcher of the pop culture, so give things like that a chance. Did watch some She-Hulk too, but I didn't expect much. It's when the creators come out and say, well, we're going to make it for modern sensibilities, that's a big red flag for me. It's just like, you just don't want to stick to the source material. You don't want to make it fun and interesting. You just want to beat me over the head with a message. Okay, well, see you later. Not even going to waste my time. I don't need to be beat over the head with a message. I need to have some enjoyable escapism. One Piece Film Red tops Japan's box office chart with 9th straight weekend. Good to see it's doing so well. I mean, especially for me being a One Piece fan, it's nice that this can be so successful that I'm hoping they make another movie. You know, if things are successful, they get more and more sequels. Legendary Entertainment's live-action Godzilla series casts Anders Holm. For us kaiju fans, we get some more Godzilla. That's great. You don't have a PS4? I want one, but time. Yeah, there's a lot of time has to be allocated carefully. Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War anime streams on Hulu. Finally, Disney Plus internationally. I think this is what people were wondering for the longest time is, where is Bleach going to be? They were always, I know on Blaine's channel, it was always like, well, where is Bleach? Where can you find it? And it's going to be on Hulu in the US and I guess Disney Plus internationally. So there you go. The anime will run for 4 cours with breaks in between. The show will premiere on October the 10th. When is that? Tomorrow. That's tomorrow. In Japan, I guess, effectively October 11th at midnight on TV Tokyo and its affiliates, and will stream on 20 plus services in Japan, including Hulu and Disney Plus. Viz Media will hold the North American premiere at New York Comic Con on October the 8th. New York Comic Con noted that the premiere event will be held ahead of a simulcast of the anime. The anime will cover the rest of the original manga up through its ending. Tomohisa Taguchi is replacing Noriyuki Abe to direct the anime at Studio Pierrot. Masusashi Kudo is returning as the character designer, and Shiro Sagisu is returning to composing the music. And these are all the cast. Tatsuya Kitani, who performed theme and image songs from the Bleach X exhibition, is singing the opening song Scar, while Senarin is singing the ending theme song Saihate, The Farthest Reaches. The show's Japanese returning cast also includes cast members who have not appeared in the anime but are reprising their roles from the Bleach Brave Souls game. The show's English dub cast will feature some returning cast members. The 1,000-Year Blood War arc is the final arc of the manga and covers volumes 55 to 74. Kubo launched Bleach in Weekly Shonen Jump in 2001 and ended it in August 2016. Viz Media published the manga in North America digitally in English, as Shueisha published new chapters in Japan. Viz Media also published the manga in print. Manga has 130 million copies in circulation. The manga inspired a television anime adaptation that ran for 366 episodes from 2004 to 2012. Viz Media obtained the television and home video rights to the anime in 2006. The series premiered with an English dub in Cartoon Network's Adult Swim that same year, and eventually aired all the episodes by 2014. Crunchyroll and Tubi TV are no longer streaming the original series, but Hulu is streaming the series. The anime franchise also includes 4 films, 2 OVAs. Additionally, the franchise also inspired video games, novels, stage plays, and a live-action film that opened in July 2018. Well, it's been 10 years, Bleach fans, but here it comes. Hulu in the US and Disney Plus internationally. Okay, I went through all that. I don't like when you go back that it doesn't put you back where you started. Yeah, you didn't find out until just a few days ago. Yeah. You make it work? Of course. Do I speak Japanese? My pronunciation seems pretty good. No, it's just, I shouldn't say I don't. Being the anime fan I am, I have grabbed a couple of Learn to Speak Japanese books and such and cassettes, because that's how old I am. I bought it when they were on cassette. And I've tried to learn to speak Japanese, so hoping my pronunciation is good. And from listening to anime a lot, watching the subtitles and listening to it, just you try to pick up on how to pronounce things. Bet you're older? Okay. I'm 49. What about you? Anime Japan confirms 2023 event on March 20th. You're 52. All right, you got me beat. Only by a couple years, though. It's not a race, Sadaker. Jump Festa 23 event returns on December 17th to 18th. That's always a fun time. Jump Festa. Okay, we are all caught up for the weekly news. If it's a race, we're all going the same rate. Some people are more ahead than others, though, don't you think, Punkwaddle? All right. Now for the main event, which you've been waiting for. We will go like this. And we will go like this. And we will hopefully stop that, because that's not good. Yeah, hard and fast living doesn't increase time. No. No, it's yeah, the slow plodding towards the end. That's the thing. So it's something you don't like to think about all the time, but it does pop up from time to time when certain events happen in your life. But all you do is I love Gandalf's quote. We just make do with the time we have available to us. And I think that's a very good thing. You know, make the most of the time you have. All right. That's why you love your channel. Apart from the anime, we have a lot of... Yes, Gen X. You and I are classified Gen X. And Gen X was from 1960 to 1980, I think. Or no, 1965 to 1980. So anyone born in those years is considered Gen X. So we grew up in a good time. You got a little time before I get there? You claim Zennial? Oh, yes. Yes, I have heard that. I have heard that before. The term Zennial. It's like you're after the millennials, but before the Gen Z. 70 in penguin years. You had dial-up before cell phones? Oh, man, dial-up. Oh, I can remember we had, my dad had a second phone line put in because we ran a bulletin board. And man, oh man, like connecting one computer together was just, and you're just like, oh my, this is blowing my mind because I can grab files from this guy. And you would hit the download and you'd be like, whew, I'm going to get a megabyte in an hour. That's awesome. That's so fast. And then you would go do something else while you did your download. You know? You had ADSL supplied by work as you needed it. And it cost £300 a month? Yeesh. Man, oh man. Yeah, it was pretty crazy though. I remember getting like my first, what was it, 28.8 modem. And then you couldn't wait until you got your 57.6 because you're like, oh yes, got to get that one. That's the better one for downloading. Then you'd run your Netscape Navigator because, you know, it's like, oh, Internet Explorer. Pfft. I was just like, no, I don't want that as my default browser. I like Netscape Navigator. In no days waiting for a prawn video, you were finished before it was. Yeah. Yeah, those were the days, all right. I like how people can remember those, and that the younger generation never got to experience that. So they're like, "What are you talking about? What's the matter with you? Why did this? Does this crashed? Why isn't this happening?" It's like, no, it's dial-up. This is why it takes so long. You keep trying to find the penguin to human year calculators, but the math doesn't seem right. I wonder how they'd figure that out. Just the thumbnail was usually enough. The younger generation doesn't get the world before touchscreen and high speed. True. Also, we're probably old enough to remember being afraid in the Cold War. During the 80s, the Soviet Union was still around, and it's like, whew, I wonder if they're going to, like, you know, are they going to come get us? Are they going to launch nukes? Like, what's going on here? So it was still a frightening time to be alive in the 80s because you just didn't know. It was And I think there needs to be a healthy fear, especially now. I did see, yes, and I was on Twitter. God help me, I was on Twitter. Somebody threw up a video about the guy, the leader of Ukraine, asking for a nuclear strike. And it's like, are you nuts? You don't want that. You don't want one. It's not like, oh, it's done and over with. The after effects is just, you can't stop that. Like, you're just going to ruin the entire world, because it's like they're going to see them coming and they're going to launch theirs, and then that's going to be called MAD, mutually assured destruction, where every place just gets devastated to nothing. And then if you don't die in the first round, you die eventually from radiation sickness. So I don't know who's calling for this, but stop it. Knock it off. We don't need that. This is not something you are supposed to want. You think it's more scary now? Politics and media are not for the people. Yeah, I mean, when did this happen where the media turned on the common man? It's just, listen, you're the news, report the news. Don't tell me what to think about it. Give me the facts. Yeah, not really. We don't want that. You're right, Punk Waddle. Get me all revved up here, you guys. It's too many dystopian books and people don't understand that. Unlike a movie, they won't be around to watch from their company. Yes, bingo, right on the nose. I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, you don't want a dystopian future. It's not a happy place. You're gonna be starving. You're gonna be abused. People are going to take advantage of you, and there's nothing that can be done about it. There's not gonna be a police force to protect you. Every man for himself. It's gonna be like that. You don't want that. You find it funny, not pro-Russian, but we, as in NATO, are pushing beyond belief. The EU are trying to create an army and people in charge are not voted in by it. Very, very true. Also, I thought there was an unwritten rule that NATO wouldn't encroach on the Warsaw Pact countries and vice versa. There's like an invisible line, like, okay, you guys don't come over here. We won't come over there. Like, what's the deal with that? I thought they were supposed to honor that, but apparently not. I don't know, like, stop going after Russia. Like, stop it. I don't agree with what Russia's doing, but just stop provoking. You know, people that are preparing for a zombie apocalypse? Really? What? Oh. Okay, so zombie apocalypse. I actually knew someone like that as well. They were afraid of a zombie apocalypse. And it's like, there's more, there's better things to worry about than a zombie apocalypse. You don't think we'll have zombies? Yeah. Actually, I saw a funny meme about a zombie apocalypse, and it was like a bunch of millennials or whatever the heck is after that, Zoomers, a bunch of Zoomers on their phones, head down, walking, and it's like, yep, there's your zombies right there, entranced by a screen, and don't even notice anything. It'll only take one bomb to end civilization as we know it. Unfortunately, yes. I mean, that's what it is. And I keep telling everybody, well, I shouldn't say tell everybody, but I keep thinking that we don't want this. The people that do want it, they have no clue as to the consequences. It's like, it's not just like over and done with. The lasting effects last thousands of years. This is Sunday anime chat, not solve the world's problems. We're getting a little heavy there. Time to lighten things up a bit, wouldn't you say? Do any of you have any faith in Biden? He's not my president. Like, I live in Canada, so I got my own numbskull to worry about, you know. Yes. Anyway, this is Excellion. And the last couple of weeks I've done the first series, which was Iczer 1, and then the second series was Iczer 3. And now it's Excellion. And this is quite different than the other ones. Canada, home of the oppressed. Yeah, don't remind me. So, as we go along here, Excellion is quite different than the other two. The very first series had a lot of body horror, and there was a lot of aliens bursting out of people. So it was quite the horrifying looking anime. Number 2 really dialed it back a bit. Yeah, there was people that got eviscerated by aliens, but there wasn't any of them bursting out of people. And now number 3, or the third series here, didn't see any of that at all. It's only 2 episodes as well, so nice and short. But as the title says, it's girls in power armor. Am I watching it just now? No. This is sort of what I'll do is I will have it up as I'm going through it. That way you guys can see as well as me. It starts on a distant planet, and you have Excellion, one of the Excellion girls, fighting excuse me, the one of the bad guys. And I believe this is Chaos. And they've wiped out the whole planet except for this last hero, Excellion. So she's up against all of these bad guys, and finally she gets taken out. But as she says, you may kill me, but Excellion will never die. Her counterparts on the other planets, the defenders of the universe, will destroy you. And with that, she dies, and then the whole planet is destroyed. So, go through a little bit of the starting sequence. Sen Shoujo Excellion, Act 1. So we have our main character is named Nagisa, and she wants to be a wrestler. There she is. She wanted to go into wrestling training, and she graduated junior high, but her parents wouldn't let her. And she tries to keep in shape. But at the train station, or at the train crossing, she gets dragged into a different dimension. And she meets Iczer. They sound like nice people. You want me to do a film review? I think that would be good for the channel. If you want recommendation, I would watch Phantoms. And I bet it gets traction. Okay. Phantoms. Okay. I will make a note of that on my sticky note. Watch Phantoms. This anime is called Excellion. Iczelion. And yes, I pronounce it Zed. So there's her power, the power armor she meets. But she is she's very reluctant. And they do the typical magical girl transformation, which is pretty hilarious. And now she's ready, preparing for battle. So it's pretty funny because she grabs this. She is doing wrestling, so when she comes across, she tries to avoid it, gives it a punch or a kick in the face, and a suplex, and takes him out that way, which is excellent. Yes, Excellion, that's right. And so she gets scolded by the power armor. It's like, what are you doing? Don't fight like that. Use beams to shoot these things. Don't get in close and body slam the thing or suplex it. And then they take off. And now we see who are the villains. One's called Cross, and one's called Chaos. So they're brother and sister, and I believe Chaos is the girl and Cross is the boy. And they're planning their attack on Earth. So Nagisa is very reluctant. She doesn't want to stay or be a hero. You'll watch Macross Frontier and Excellion? Hey, yeah, that's all right. Be watching Macross Frontier. You should watch Macross. Sure, Punkwaddle. There's a lot of different series with the Macross name. Frontier came out in 2008, but for me, it's one of the best Macross series. So I'd recommend that. 26 episodes. I mean, it's not that long. So Nagisa does not want to battle. But right away, she meets up with Chaos. And she wants to make an example of Nagisa. But at a dance club, we see one of the popular dancers meet up with her Iczer. And they have work to do. So, time for a transformation. Next is our next heroine. She is an idol singer. And she's doing a concert. But her Iczer arrives and we have a job to do. And so magical girl transformation. So Nagisa is very afraid of Chaos. She's not your average villain to take out with a body slam or a suplex. This reminds me of Battle of Planets. Oh, yeah, Science Ninja Team Gatchaman is the Japanese version of that. That's another one I watched, and it's pretty good. Yeah, you've heard of Macross, but not of this one. Yeah, I've been choosing sort of little more obscure animes, something that people haven't heard of. So I try to expose people to that. Cities of Gold, I've only seen the opening, but I haven't watched a full episode. So these beings go out and pick out people to wear their armor, and they not use their own armor. They try to pick people who are more compatible with them. So the armors go out and pick humans that they want as their partner. And as we'll see, some of them are really powerful. So she tries to get her in an arm bar, but she dislocates her shoulder and is like, "That's cute. You're trying to attack me like that. Here, try this." And she gives her as you can see by her crazy eyes, she's enjoying attacking her. But the other Excellions show up. And they know how to fight better than Iczer does. But there's interference from her brother, who sends the Excellion that just showed up into another dimension. And she has her own battle to take care of now. So she's trying to run away. Nagise is trying to run away. But nope. She got pulled into a dimension to fight with chaos. And she's being told, you can try to shoot your beam, but you have to really concentrate or it won't even be any stronger. So she's pretty much getting her ass handed to her. But the other Excellions are having better luck defeating their opponents. And now Chaos is getting very disgusted with the way Nagise is acting. Not as a warrior at all. All she can do is defend. Oh yeah, your avatar. Yeah. Godzillionaire. I like Godzillionaire. He's a good fella. The affluent kaiju, as it were. So she's getting beat down bad. And finally the armor has separated because they are not in sync. So the armor is going to help her out and let her run away while it takes on chaos. And it's not going so well. But just as she was going to get destroyed, in comes Gold Excellion. So now they're going to help her out. All of them are all in one spot now. And they're going to take her down. But she's not ready to take on all of them at once. Cross shows up and tells her that as well. You should postpone your personal amusement for just a bit. The Voids would like to fight. So they are going to do that instead. And they escape. And that will be continued in the second episode, where they will wrap things up. I've just shown you the first episode. And I would say that if you're so inclined, you should give it a watch. Very short. Girls in power armor. It's a fun little one. like I say, very different from the first series. The first and second series were quite different. You've not seen Godzillionaire in ages? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of where the last time I saw him. He shows up on a lot of the same streams I frequent. But yeah, you don't see him. Same with Green Lantern 345. Okay. So yes, that is Excellion. My PS tag, I couldn't even tell you what my PS tag is right off the bat. Like I say, I'd have to fire it up and have a look. But I will add you. We'll do that and see what games were out there. And 733 is about to get bigger. I'm pleased. I mean, I didn't expect it. I don't expect a big explosion of subscribers, but it's always welcome. Especially if you like my content. You know, slap that like button, subscribe, and tell your friends, spread the word. You know, I am going to try to expand a bit more. I know Saturday for me is game day, where I will play some video games. Right now I'm doing Shantae for the Game Boy Color. And I had decided that would be portable systems I would play. So just sort of working my way through the levels of Game Boy. I did original Game Boy and then Game Boy Color. And maybe after this, I'll move on to Game Boy Advance. Just to, you can see the progression. And then Sunday is usually anime chat day, where I try to find a hidden gem and present that to people who may not have seen it before. I guess that's my whole purpose on Sunday Anime Chat. And stuff I can remember from watching back in the 90s and such, in the 80s. Expose it to a whole new generation, and maybe they will watch it. Maybe they can see where some of the newer stuff has originated from. Games are fun. Yes. Yep. Xbox and Switch person, Punk Waddle. Yeah, me too. I don't have an Xbox, but I have a Switch. I have a Switch and a PS4 Pro and a Wii U and PS3. So I'm a retro game collector as well. The thing I just picked up at the last convention I was at was a PS Vita, and that was a good purchase. It's a Gen 1, so it's got the OLED screen. So I like it. It's a nice little portable. Too bad it didn't do so well. You really do want a PS4. Yeah. Like I said, I got mine from a buddy at work. You know, if you find somebody that's going to buy a PS5, and if they have a PS4, just say, hey, man, I buy that off you. You know, you should be able to get a good deal. Don't want to get taken for a ride. You love the feedback, love your passion, love the chat, love your great stuff. Not physical love. There you go. Switch was actually through a company rewards program about 3 years. Oh, man. Nice. The thing I don't care for about the Switch is that Joy-Con drift. It gets kind of annoying. You're all about the Vita. And yeah, technically free. I mean, there you go. You lucked out on that one, Punk Waddle. And a 32-inch flat screen. Man, oh man. A Switch Pro controller. Ah, yeah. Switch Pro controller, yeah. Yeah, of all the places, I found one at Costco. It was a wired controller for the Switch, and I'm like, it's $30. I can't pass this up, so I bought one. You got a controller which is fun, but the triggers weren't weighted like standard Xbox One. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these games. You have a 38-inch CRT. It weighs more than I know my buddy offered me his old CRT television, and it took all I could to lift it from the truck to get it in the house. And it just sits on the floor. It's not moving unless I get like a hand to move that thing around. It's quite the handful. But yeah, all the retro gamers, they like their CRTs. There's something about it. You want to get the best picture possible, but you also don't want like input lag and stuff like that. And speaking of retro gaming, I think on my some of my streams I start out with like the ColecoVision, the Intellivision. So I played a lot of those because I didn't see people playing them on streams and stuff like that. And I thought, you know what? There's a niche to fill. Anybody that wants to see video games from the early generations. And ColecoVision was almost as good as the arcade at the time. They did a really good job bringing it so that you had it to play at home. Yeah, Sadako, I'll add you on PlayStation. Yes, exactly, Punk Waddle, because the N64 looks weird on the HD TV. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be played on a high definition television. And I know it gets a lot of detractors for the N64, but really, at the time, and this is, I always have to preface this, it's at the time. So in 1996, the power of the N64 being able to throw all those polygons around on the fly is impressive. You know, yeah, it's not HD, but that was okay. It had so much power that it could do all that. And then you put in the memory expansion for more memory just because of some bug they had in Donkey Kong 64. So they had to put that extra to get the memory pack out there. And you could do things like, I remember playing, what was it, NFL Quarterback Club? Or John Elway's Football or something like that. And it had you could set it for like 480p or something like that. And yeah, it really sharpened up the image. It was really nice. Same with Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark had a high definition mode, and you set that up, and yeah, it looked really good. You have an Xbox Original. It is a MAME machine. Very good at UT with 2 Fat Boy controllers. Ah, yeah. MAME is good. Being able to play arcades, I enjoy that as well. Stuff like Spy Hunter, that was always a fun game. Drive around and you have to try to shoot everybody and with your machine gun, and then the truck would come and you pull up in the back of the truck to upgrade to like a missile or an oil slick or a smoke screen. LCD TV compared to CRT is a joke. There was no lag, drift, fade, blur, or anything else. Yes, and trying to find a high quality CRT, is difficult now. Everybody's this has been pulled into the LCD world, and I think they just pitch them in the garbage, which is unfortunate. Yeah, they do take up a lot of real estate, but the quality, especially for like a computer monitor, and a CRT computer monitor can just make your games pop so much better. OG Xbox was fun, yeah. I mean, that was the big seller for that was Halo, if I'm not mistaken. I never got into Xbox because I had a problem with Microsoft. So, you got the Xbox One so you could get the Master Chief collection because I need something to do in my downtime at the time. There you go. Yep. There you go. Master Chief collection. Bubble Bobble, Bomb Jack, Donkey Kong Jr., Ye Are Kung Fu, you name it. You love the 80s arcade games. Yeah. I'm with you right there, Sadiker. I can remember going to the arcades, especially we had a Chuck E. Cheese where I lived, and going there was amazing. All the different video games. It was a great time. I remember helping move a big flat CRT a few years ago. It weighed twice as much as me. Okay, here's a story for you. Back in 1995, I was doing some part-time work, and I was sent to do or to help out at a Panasonic convention. Not a convention, but they were showing off their new television. So I was sent there as help, temporary labor, to go there and help unload and set these things up. So 1995, first HD televisions. And so I got to see these things, and they were heavy as hell. Like you need two people to move this thing. But being exposed to that was pretty amazing. Like setting up this new technology, setting it up, seeing it, and it's like, wow, these are HD TVs. This is incredible. And this is 1995. So to me, that was quite an awesome experience to be able to do that. I think you had some in your old college house years ago. They all got sold. Yeah, unfortunately, sold or thrown out. Yeah, that's it's a shame, and I'm hoping more people realize that, hey, you should not throw these away. First of all, keep them out of the landfill. Secondly, give them a new home to someone who will use them. Just put them up on your local buy and sell or whatever they use, Facebook Marketplace or any kind of selling website, and just here, $20. Here, you want this? Good retro gaming monitor. Here. Free to good home. Something like that. Repurpose it. Don't just pitch it in the garbage. Too wasteful. You have a hybrid CRT LCD TV. Speakers on it are amazing, not like today. That's another thing. You want good sound. You playing your games, you want good sound. You want, I bought a sound bar from iLCD just because the speakers that came with it were just not loud enough. You need that extra boost. And I got a bass speaker to come with it. So watching movies now, a lot more lower bass, a lot better for explosions and stuff like that. A lot better sound. You could also do the upgrade to like 5.1 surround where you put your corner speakers in, but the games have to take advantage of that too. I know there's some games you can get and you can hear stuff like that because they've taken into account people having better sound systems. So you can hear like somebody creeping up behind you or something like that, or bullets whiz by you, depending on what game you play. We never know the value of something left behind until we realize what we traded for something new. Yes. So true. So true. I mean, you can't, you become like almost a hoarder if you hang on to everything. But eventually, whatever comes out new, you're like, that's not as good as what I had. And I wish I could do that. Wish I could be like, know what is going to be, that the old stuff is going to be better than the new stuff. But it's tough to do. Your old TV cost a fortune when I bought it. I know now there's so much in demand. It's unreal. Yeah. I can remember buying my first my own television on my own. Was a great feeling. And I can remember it. It's a clear memory, clear as day. I went to Future Shop on Boxing Day. It's because that's when they have their Boxing Day sales. And I was with my mother. And I was like, okay, I got to get this television. And she's like, okay, yeah, I'll come with you. And maybe I'll get something too. But I went in there. I saw the TV I wanted. And it was like $1,500. And I tried to pay with it with my debit card, and it's like, your limit is only $1,000. And I was like, oh. So I had to get my mom to use her Visa to buy my TV for me, and I had to pay her back. No problem. But it was a 32-inch RCA with S-video input. So I got that baby home and, hooked up my N64 to it. And it was like, I gotta get an S-video for my N64 because this is, I want the best picture possible. And that TV lasted me, it lasted me at least 15 years until the tubes started going where it would have like a thin line across it. And it would come back, then it would do it again, and it would come back. It's like, okay, well, the horizontal hold's going on this thing. And then I had to go and get my first LCD screen. And that one didn't last half as long as my old CRT. That thing was a tank. That's why you just moved to a bigger house. You got a bigger igloo, Punkwaddle? Speaking of Unreal, best game ever. When I first played Unreal, I was blown away. Your game had made such a huge impression. Maybe Half-Life? Oh, yeah. Unreal, eh? Unreal and Unreal Tournament. And those other games. Your CRT needs a tube boost. You're getting new tubes as long as they make them. Yeah, well, stock up, I guess. It would be the idea. Buy one or buy two. Put one in now, save the other one for later. I guess, if you can do that. I bet Punkwaddle would love a wrench too. It's up to him. If Punkwaddle wants one, I got no problem handing him out. I know he's trustworthy. Yeah, bigger igloo. Needed a room for my gunpla. Oh, an entire room for it. Uh-oh. I'm looking forward to us moving to a bigger house as well, because we are running out of space here. I have to curb my purchases of like figurines and stuff like that because I'm running out of room, and I don't want my wife to be upset with me. So, and Lego and old toys that never got sold that are in my parents' attic. Wow. You have a huge box of G.I. Joe vehicles. Yeah, you lucky guy, you. But do you have the aircraft carrier? What do they call that? The USS Flag? The G.I. Joe aircraft carrier? That thing, what a beast. CRT tube has fast. Over time it seeps. You need to boost it. Oh, okay. You lived out of a storage unit for a while, didn't know how much it really had until I've seen it all together. You're an Orwell baby. 1984. There you go. You're not that old a penguin. So yes, I mean, we're all looking for a little more room. I think this, and we already have what's planned out. We're going to move into my wife's parents' home when they are going to sell it to us when they move, and we are going to buy it. And that comes with a nice 2-car garage and a basement. Man, I'm excited about a basement. Lots of place. There can be my own office down there where I can have expand my setup right now. Because right now I am very compact with my setup. I have my laptop that I use for everything. And attached to that is I have my second monitor attached to that. And then beside that, I have my iMac, which I just use for watching YouTube. It's from 2007, so it's quite old, but it's still kicking, and I'm going to keep using it until it dies. You and Poriel are the similar age? Yeah, Nerd Poriel. He's a funny guy too. I like watching his stuff. He does well with his retrospectives. You'd love a basement, but we don't have those in Texas. Oh, do they not build houses with basements in Texas? That's an over the Pacific thing? I guess so. Oh. Okay. I mean, doesn't seem too strange to me, but it's nice. Nice because in the heat of summer, it's a cool place to go. And, it's a little more soundproof because you're underground. You could dig a hole in my floor and call it a basement. Not really in your part. The closer you are to sea level. Oh, does the ground fill up with water if you start digging down? Because I know there's some places where you can't have a basement because as soon as you dig a hole, water starts coming in. Or a barbecue pit. Barbecue pit in your house? Just invite people over. Hey, come on downstairs. Look at my barbecue pit. Well, things seem to be running pretty smooth here on the old OBS. Oh, that's good. Okay, good. Just got to check once in a while. It tells me that YouTube isn't getting enough information, and it's like, well, why? Why are you not getting enough information, YouTube? Are you? Is the algorithm slapping me down? I don't care for that. Not sure if it's that bad. Well, let's hope not. Texas is, from what I hear, Texas is pretty nice. I've never been that far down south. I've only been as far as Oklahoma. And I went there in summertime for an anime convention. And wow, you want to talk about hot, like 40 degrees C. Man, oh man. I was just running from air conditioner to air conditioner because I was just like melting with how hot it was there. You love all these climate screamers flying around the country in a private jet buying dates. Yeah. Who are those guys? This one guy named David Suzuki. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's a scientist that's been saying all these things about how we're polluting the earth and all that. And I believe he owns like 5 houses, and I think he has one in Australia as well. And he has to fly to those in a jet. So yeah, hello hypocrite. That's all I have to say. With the social media and how quick info spreads, it's not like the wool is over people. Yeah. It's as long as people become more well informed, that's important. Try it, and that's all. The thing I tell people is question everything. If you're told something, okay, what's your reasoning behind that, or what's the proof of that? What is the information? And by the way, who benefits if this goes through? Like if a law is being passed, or if they're talking about doing something, okay, well, who's going to benefit from this? That's what you got to do. Just ask yourself that, and hopefully people will try to get more information. You can't watch a Leonardo film now? Oh, is he one of those guys too? I think he came to one of the cities in my province, and I think that was him anyway. I know it was some actor, and it was wintertime. And what we have here is something, well, not so much where I am, but what we have in the province is something called a Chinook. What a Chinook is if you don't know, it's when the jet stream catches a warm pocket and it pulls it into the area that you're at. So this was during wintertime, and it had snowed, and so we had a Chinook, and so the heat came along and it melted the snow. But it goes away after. It doesn't stick around. It just shows up, and maybe it sticks around for a day or so, and then it goes away. So he was there at the time, whichever actor it was, and it was like, oh no, this is climate change. And everyone was like, no, numbskull, it's a Chinook. It happens here all the time, So it's pretty, yeah. It was just unfortunate that he proved that he didn't know anything. I'm very grounded. Punkwaddle's on our level. We have a great foundation, wrench, Punkwaddle, and we move forward. Of course. Really pushing for it, eh? I can't stop my Canadian accent. I just can't turn it off. But if you want me, I can talk like I'm from New York and be like, hey, I'm walking here. What are you doing? Hey? Even then, I throw in a little bit of hey. But that's more like, hey, what's the matter with you? Eh? You find it interesting that a year ago or so, we mostly met through Poriel. Now Boston's more fun. Boston. I'd have to listen to that to try to imitate it. Everything sounds like you're saying car keys. You love how a Canadian can just merge with a Scottish trip? Of course we can, laddie. When you're looking around, did you know that Scotty from Star Trek, he was from Canada too? And he just put on his accent to be an engineer. More like cocky or cockies. Yeah. Khakis. Hey, you want to get some car keys? Yeah, that's we are mad trio, Texas, Canada, and Scotland. Speaking of yeah, I believe that's right, Punkwaddle. You've got a good memory. Meeting on Nerdtorial's channel. I met a lot of great people who tuned into Nerdtorial, and actually, I was there for like his second or third video he did. He was having trouble with, he was playing Zelda with his audio, and I can remember trying to help him out. You know, I'm like, oh, here's this guy that actually, I was on Friday, I was in the chat on Friday Night Tights, and Nerdporo was like, hey, that's a cool username you got there. And I'm like, oh, hey, thanks, man. And I checked out his channel after that. I think he said to me he had a channel, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll check it out. And then from there, it was like, oh, this guy's pretty awesome. So I tuned into him for the longest time. And yeah, like a lot of other people from Nerdporial, and yeah, yourself. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where I had seen you at first, and then guys like Jake D and yeah, Pacific 414. He was actually, I owe him a lot because, well, full disclosure, Gary from Nerdrotic, when he looked into the camera and said, hey, you know, we need everyone to make a channel. Everybody needs to get out there and make a channel. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do that. And then I did, and I put out some videos, and then I got invited onto Pacific 414 to talk about Transformers, because I'm like an 80s kid. Transformers was my thing. I still have some. And that was the very first live stream I did, was with Pacific 414. And so I owe him for bringing me on, and I appreciated it a lot. And then after a while, I found a few other people like Nerdporial to hang out with, and then eventually I caught up with Blaine from Blaine's Escape Corner, and being a regular on his channel is pretty damn fun, because, you know, talk anime just like I do every Sunday. Yes. And a few have created channels since then. Yeah, you betcha. It's nice to see everybody spreading out and bringing what they want to talk about. You're here because you met me in Nerdporial Life Forum. I watch a lot of his stuff, some not so much, but he is a good guy. Of course he is. Yeah, he's a decent fella. And you talk Zelda with him, and then he was like, check out my retrospective, and then here we are. That's how she goes. Yeah. You want Punkwall to get some stuff on his channel and make you a wrench? You'll be streaming on your new channel, see how it goes? Ah, okay. Well, I definitely will check that out. Nothing wrong with doing a bit of streaming on your channel. We're like geeks and gamers. We're coming together. Oh, that is a big... Like, Geeks and Gamers is huge. Like, that's a lot of people that make up that. I don't even know if I could even get that big. I mean, I have my job to do, and that takes up 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. And this YouTube thing, you know, I'm not gonna count on it for being able to live off of it, because there's just no way. You know, maybe a little extra on the side, but other than that, I like my mechanicking job a lot. I worked a lot of years to get where I am, and I like to think I'm good at it. being able to repair industrial equipment and such. It's and to do it well, it's quite the art. You do a lot with Floral, and you're hoping to get better at stuff, green screen and editing. Yeah. No, like I say, I don't chat a lot in the Floral chat, but I will lurk. Just to see what you guys are up to. I believe the last one I watched was with you guys, and Magitech Mags was on, so that was pretty neat. Didn't know we were going to get a face reveal, but hey, it's always a treat. Lurking is good. Well, as long as you slap that like button. You were there at the start with Gary and Jeremy. It grew fast. Didn't it, though? I watched Nerdrotic. Gary and Nerdrock, I watched him when Star Trek Discovery was first coming out. Because it's like he did a review, and I'm like, oh, should I even watch this new show? I do like Star Trek. I wonder what he has to say about it. And wow. Ripped to shreds. Yeah, Mags was fun. Yep, I agree. You followed Gary and Frisco channel. He got popular with Doctor Who, then got traction. Yeah, and it's sad the way Doctor Who's gone. I wasn't not a big fan of Doctor Who. I just didn't get into it, so it's a shame as to what I've heard has happened to it. Faces are fun when people are reacting to the puppets. Yeah. Yeah, some of those guys on there, like Baphomet or what's the other one? Wilton. Yeah, those guys are hilarious. Did you see the new mainstream puppet show yet? Mainstream puppet show? Yeah, what are you talking about, Sadaker? Well, am I joking? There's so much stuff out there, like it's not CNN Plus. Is that a thing, CNN Plus? Because, obviously we get CNN up here, but it's not something I'm going to watch. Just because it's CNN and I need to watch Canadian news. You're not sure if it is? You heard rumors once upon a time? Well, we have a little lull. Please make sure you slap to that like button. Try to help me out and get some likes going so that the algorithm knows that, oh, hey, people like this guy. You're looking it up now. It has a silly name. So I'm trying to figure out what to for next week's episode of Anime Chat. I'm just trying to see what show I should do next. I usually like to do maybe some that are like maybe 3 episodes long. That way I can get through them. Something like Look at You Scary Stuff or something. Not much into horror stuff, but maybe in keeping with the season. Can find something that's on the spooky side. Yeah, what is... Let's see. Browse from this year and genre. Just show you guys what I'm doing here. Just looking at the analyst, because you can sort things out from year and genre. So if you want horror genre from any year, Tokyo Ghoul, Akame ga Kill, Parasite, something like Look at Me, Scary Stuff or something. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. That's it. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. From 2011. Oh, no wonder. No wonder. This is why we haven't heard of it, Punkwaddle, is because it's a British surreal comedy horror series. So usually that's not the first thing that I am recommended and stuff like that, is because it's British. The original web series consists of 6 episodes released from July 29th, 2011 to 19th of June 2016 on YouTube. The television series premiered on 23 September 2022 on all 4, with simulcast on Channel 4 the next week. The series combines segments in live action puppetry, traditional animation, flash animation, clay animation, and computer animation. In the series, each episode starts like a typical children's series consisting of anthropomorphic puppets akin to those featured in Sesame Street and other popular children's television programs. The series parodies and satirizes these TV programs by contrasting this childlike, colorful environment and its inhabitants against disturbing themes. Each episode features a surreal plot twist in the climax, including psychedelic content and imagery involving graphic violence, dark humor, existentialism, and psychological horror. The 6 episodes of the web series explore and discuss basic subjects typically found in preschool, namely creativity, time, love, technology, diet, and dreams. While the television series touched on jobs, death, family, friendship, transport, and electricity. The series received widespread acclaim for its story, production design, psychological horror, humor, hidden themes, and characters, and is regarded by many as one of the greatest web series of all time. Similar acclaim was met with the television series as well. Well then, that is something else, all right. Oh, and Red Cane VR liked. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Oh, and Highlander. Thank you. Thanks for coming out. All right. Yeah, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. All right. Sounds like you're in for a good time. But yes, next week, I usually like to do older animes. Let's see if there's anything from 2000. Ghost Stories, Boogie Pop Fan. Oh, Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust. Well, there you are. I have seen the original Vampire Hunter D, and I have seen Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. The character designs were done by the same fella who did Final Fantasy. So that's a little bit of trivia for you. You said that new series, yeah. Oh, right. I almost forgot. So in the Excellion, there's a little bit of little Easter eggs for you. So the person that does the voice of Nagisa's Iczel is named Masako Nozawa. Now, Masako Nozawa is best known as the voice of Goku in Dragon Ball. So that is a little bit of a treat there. My thing is I like looking up voice actors and seeing what they've done, because when you listen to enough anime, you can pick out, hey, maybe, you don't know what they're saying, but you recognize the tone and how they speak, and it's like, I recognize that voice actor. As well as, where we are, Chinami Nishimura does the voice of Officer Jenny, or Junsa, Officer Junsa from Pokemon. So there you go. Some good voice acting. British TG Achilles heel. One word, Cody. And yes, a thumbs up. A like would be great. If you can, please, sir, spare a like. So yes, I believe I'm going to draw this stream to a close, as I've been going for a while now. I want to say it's been very, very great talking to all of you in the chat. I appreciate you coming by and spending time with me. Maybe learning about some anime, chatting about, some events in the world. I hope if you had a fun time, maybe show up next week. Also, I'm going to try something new. I think I'm going to try on Tuesday. I'm going to try something called Trades Talk Tuesday. Being in the trades, such as I am, I'm interested in speaking with other people that are in the trades, or people that are maybe interested in it, because we can learn things from each other. So we can talk about jobs we've been on, some of the things we've seen, some of the equipment we've operated. I'm quite interested to see if there would be other people in the trades that would come out and join me. And yeah, we can still talk about their jobs, but we can also talk about what shows they watch. Neighbors are fighting. They're rubbish at fighting. Funny AF. Yeah, so if you know anyone that's in the trades, tell them on Tuesday, maybe at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. I'm going to try this out and see if the people show up. If you're in a pipe fitter, an electrician, a welder, an industrial mechanic, if you're into instrumentation, or if you're, a mason, any of those many numbers of trades. I want to see if we can get a good group of us together and see what we can do. Talking about the trades. And then, we'll see where we go from there. Hopefully people show up. What's my favorite? 5 favorite sci-fi show? Oh man. Well, I am liking Star Trek Next Generation was one of the best. I bought that on Blu-ray, the complete series, and me and my wife both watched it. And yeah, very enjoyable. Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, just excellent storytelling, especially for Deep Space Nine, because they were on a space station, and they had to have people come to them. So just the character development was so good, like really very well done storytelling for Deep Space Nine. I also liked Battlestar Galactica back in the day. That was a good one. Buck Rogers. I actually did a retrospective of Buck Rogers because I feel it's very underrated, and there hasn't been a Buck Rogers show out since the 1980s, and I was hoping we would get a new one. But yes, time to wrap things up here. What can I say? I just want to send out a big thanks to Punkwaddle. Thanks for showing up, Punkwaddle. I like watching your stuff, especially your ponderances. Those are good stuff. Sadaker, thank you for accepting the position of mod for the channel. I'm counting on you. People that showed up, Red Cane and Highlander, I thank you for showing up and leaving a like. It really means a lot to me. I like to see people stop by. Make sure, hit the like button, spread the word. I'm on Twitter and Bitchute. Bitchute's a little more lenient with some of their stuff, so I put some of my videos on Bitchute. Odyssee's a bit strange though, because they require you to do like the boosting with crypto type deal, so it's kind of weird for me. And they reward you. The more you watch, the more they reward you. You're a qualified pipe fitter, fabricator, and an IT expert. Whew. Multi-trade, multi-ticketed. Yeah, you shall continue. That's the thing. I hope to see more of that out there. If you broadcast it, they will come. Now, Wrench Punkwaddle, and leave us both your only till you reach 2K. That would be a lot of people. I just can't fathom having that many people subbed. That would be quite incredible, actually. But yes, if you are so inclined, you can visit other channels as well, like Blaine's Escape Corner, or Pacific 414, or Whoopa Troopa. There's another fella that does some really good chill streams. Or DJ Ronnie G, or Channel 66, or as we were talking before, Nerdporial. And don't forget Punkwaddle at Floral Under a Rock. Floral from Under a Rock? Yeah. Or the anime guy. He's quite enjoyable to watch as well. One day he'll lead a penguin army or something. Blaine, just in time for your shout out. Yeah. Good timing, Blaine. Now where's my money? Paid advertisement. Yeah, Floral from Under a Rock. There you go. Buck Rogers was great. Yeah, it was. Gil Gerard, Erin Gray. Come on. You gotta love her as Wilma Deering. She was awesome. Yeah, Anime Guy's good. Of course he is. I enjoy his little Helsing abridged clips that he throws up. They're pretty good. Oh, you watch my take on it? Brilliant. Oh, I don't know. Well, yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, now PlayStation. Yeah, I get you. We'll see how it goes today. I will be going for Thanksgiving dinner today, so I know it's not till tomorrow, but we celebrated a day early, just so we're not rushing around on Monday. Because Monday, if you don't know, Canadian Thanksgiving, it's Columbus Day in the US, but for us, it's Thanksgiving. Yeah, you've heard about that, Punk Waddle? It's yeah, I don't mind. To me, have a nice day off work. Makes it for a short week then. You're a chameleon. Well, once again, everyone, I appreciate you stopping by. It's time for me to seize the day, but I will be here on Tuesday for Trades Talk Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Be there, be square. You know what I'm saying. Until then, this is Pop Culture Mechanic signing off.